Hi guys. I had to fix the webcam. It was all funny. Well, I'm coming to you from my other favorite place in my house, and I was like I showed you the other day. I was doing the purses, and then my sewing machine over here died. I don't know what happened. I just know it's not working right. And I got these bags I need to start and get done. Well, I can explain to you what happened, and maybe you know how to fix it. The bobbin, and when the needle goes in, it keeps making a knot, a horrible knot where I had to pull everything out, have to cut everything out, and redo everything, make sure there's no loose thread in there, and it still does it. It's done it like 4 times. Now, I've had this particular pearl I use on it, particular one for 10 years. So I'm not a stranger to doing things by hand. So, yeah, that's right. I'm not a stranger to doing it by hand. So, this is what I'm doing right now to get the process started. I can't fall behind because if I do, then nothing gets done. So, I mean, I don't know if anybody else has had this issue with um, their sewing machine. Wait a minute. But I'm going to show you the stitch that I used. I did before I had a sewing machine when I was a kid. And it's probably pretty common. You probably got a name. I flip it over. I make sure it's as even as possible, right? And then I pull it through. And there we go. We got a stitch. That's the sewing machine does that I choose to have done with the sewing machine. So my ring gets stuck in there all the time. So I'm just hopping in, saying hi, getting some projects done, kind of like a quiet time. Um, but I do thank all the new members to my page. Um, Thank you for liking and subscribing and hitting that notification bell. That helps me out a lot. I'm going to answer some questions. Somebody asked me, am I retired? Yes and no. I've always been a farm person. I've always had a homestead. Um, Of course, you know, this is the second channel. The first channel, wow, I was up there. Someone, and of course, YouTube did not get it back for me. They didn't even respond to me. And I learned the hard way of basically saying they're out for themselves. So, and if YouTube doesn't like that, I don't care. So, I'm starting over. I take my time. I try not to repeat content. Something cute happens, I like to share it. A project is being worked on, I like to share it. Things I do and my retirement years, I like to share it. But I also going to give you all a little update because y'all been saying, well, how's everything working with your weight loss? I did the carnivore for 7 days. I felt kind of sick, actually. I don't eat that kind of meat. So, and then I did that egg challenge the lady told me to do. I got 4 days in. I'm going to tell you, that ain't happening again. Not my bag. So, I actually got hold of a number for Weight Watchers because I said I tried them and I failed miserably. I guess somebody shared it and not being sponsored by them. So I've changed up the plan a little bit. So I've learned how to use the 0 point. And there's a lot of them, and you can snack all day long. They're um, 1 cup portions, but you can snack on them all day. Just don't, you know, be silly. So, in that 1 cup portion, mixed fruit, you can have. I love cheese puffs. I can have those. So, I mean, it's pretty good. You can have chicken, vegetables, and they're like 0 points, 2 points, nothing outrageous. I can still have eggs and toast. One piece of bread is 1 point. So I basically learned a lot. And in the meantime, I dropped 5 pounds. Now today's Sunday, I ate whatever I wanted. And she said I couldn't do that to give my body a break from it. But when I found to try to do that, I just, you know, I had waffle and I couldn't eat it all. We'll go to Huddle House every Sunday for our Sunday breakfast date. And I honestly could not eat it all. And then At lunch, I had a couple of snacks. I had 13 cheese puffs. That's 5 points. But I will tell you this, when I lost my first goal of 5 pounds, it gave me more points to be flexible with different types of meals. So I thought, well, that's interesting. That's new too. So basically, I started out with 23 pounds points, and I ended up now with 28. And I wasn't using all the 23 because this lovely lady who heard what I had to say, who has been on Weight Watchers for a very long time, and it also gives you meals that you can maintain your weight and recipes. So you don't have to use the app anymore if you don't want to, unless you feel it's getting out of hand and you need to take a step back one to lose a few more pounds to stay in that happy window. So I'm grateful. She doesn't want her name out there. I'm sorry because I really want to share it. But I thank her for seeing my video. I don't know who shared it with her. Um, and say, hey, this woman really doesn't like Weight Watchers. I've tried them all. Okay. Some of these weight programs, I don't feel I needed to join a NAP and pay. Did you see the prices of the yoga thing? The yoga app? If you add that up, and it's a contract you can't get out of it, that's a lot of money. Guys, we're just sitting here and we're just chit chatting, so don't take it the wrong way. Just telling you how my day is going and what has happened, which I like, and what kind of improvements did I see just from 5 pounds. Now, you may not see it, and I really don't see it, but I feel it. I used to wake up every day with pain in my feet and ankles. I did. Lots. By the time I went to bed, my ankles were swollen. I didn't, yeah, I know. I just what? So with knowing all of that and listening to her tell me how to work the program, I was amazed. Just that 5 pounds took that away. And I have to say, hey, thank you to the lovely lady teaching me how to do something. And I'm never too old to learn something. I'm always trying to learn something. So this is true. This is true. So I hope you all like my videos and my goats and my pigs and my chickens. And everyone goes, how do you make money? Well, I sell my goats at 6 months of age. Okay, I want to make sure they're healthy. There's nothing wrong, no birth defect that comes up that we can't see. Okay. The chickens, I sell eggs to those who want them. But my chickens now going on 2 years of age. They're healthy. They eat a very healthy diet. They're free range, but yet they're not at nighttime. They get locked up, and they know how to make a mess in that thing. So that's my next challenge is trying to figure out how to keep that dry in there. And now before I didn't have a chicken coop, they just perched everywhere until the neighbors don't mind them. But was to say, hey, I found eggs, bring me eggs. And one time I had 100 eggs on my counter. I was like, I didn't know when they were laid. I didn't know if they were fertilized. So I got rid of them because I didn't want to give them away. So I'd say, well, it's a 50-50 this, it's a 50-50 that. And then they look at you like, well, that's gross if I open up an egg and it's blood in there. And I understand that. So I have ordered 2 incubators for next season. So that was something I did want to get into, is raising peeps, selling my peeps locally. And I've had such bad luck with buying peeps through the mail. Most of them die, and the companies do replace them, and then half of them die. I don't understand that, so that's why I will not sell mine that way. And they will also be at least 3 or 4 days old before they go anywhere. So you'll know if they're born with any heart defects or circulation problem, or if they're a late bloomer, or anything of that nature. So I'm not trying to ignore you. Just don't want to stick my fingers because I've already done it twice. I'm not grandma. My grandmother would laugh at me for using the sewing machine. She was like, "What?" But of course, I have friends who's never ever sewed by hand, and when their sewing machines went out, they had to go out right away to finish a project because they never learned how to do it this way. And I think this is a good way. So let me see. Okay, so back to the animals. Clyde is, we were trying to find him a home because he was being bad and being rough. But once we separated Clyde from the goats, and he just only companion is two geese, two turkeys, and Spot, he is actually a very good boy. So he isn't going anywhere. So yeah, that that's pleasing to me. Um, in case y'all asked about the project that I said, my purse that I use, and I want to do some updates to it. I broke the thing because there's a sewing machine. So not the bag, but I did the tablet. The thing with making a tablet, I haven't finished it, but I will finish it. I'm going to put something on the front of it, something, cute, something maybe needle pointed, or write tab on it, needlepoint, just something cute. Maybe put some holly leaves on it. I love the needlepoint, guys. It's relaxing. So I can't wait to, and that's my own personal bag, and I kind of test things out on it. So I hope you like it when it's done. I've had many people ask me, "Oh, who made that?" And I say I did, and I said it's my bag, it's my mistakes, it's my oops, but it's my first one, and I'm proud of it. So, and I've learned how to do better. So, and that's important from every project I do. From either the first time I do a project to have done it a million times, I'm constantly learning how to make the project better. And that is all that's important. How I'm learning to make the project better. And so here I've done, here is the purse tablet. So this is actually the bottom of the bag. This is the inside. When we're done, we're going to flip it up, and the pretty will be on the inside. But so you'll see what I'm saying. So here we go. Get this right. I just sewed this part here. So we're now going to come over and we're going to sew this side here. The sides first, and then this part next. We're going to leave um, the center here open, so we'll be able to grab and pull it inside out. So yeah, that's important. um, since we're doing this by hand, we don't have to do it the other way, where I make the two sides, sew them together, and then put them together. Since there's all being hand sewed, I don't have to put it together that way. I can put it together differently. So, but first, most importantly, let's get this done, right? Right. So here's what I've done so far. I did the side. Right here, I left a little opening right here because we're going to need that. So I can't wait to finish this with you. So I just pop in here and say hey. So, hey, hey.